Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I'm joined by Craig Woodruff and Team Woodruff. How are you doing today, guys?
Good, good.
Yeah, we're all well ready to go.
Perfect. Very glad to hear it. We're only a few days out now, and obviously with your massive rematch with Gavin Gwynne for the British lightweight title. How has camp been?
Yeah, everything's gone well. Everything's gone to plan. So yeah, it's good to go.
Perfect. And also to your training team, has Craig's preparation gone any? Could it have gone any better?
This is the best training camp we've ever had. I know you would have heard that from a lot of boxing teams in the past. However, this is the best camp, and the reasons for that is he's done triple amounts of rounds in terms of sparring. We've had better sparring more sparring, to replicate Gavin Gwynne. And previously to that, it wasn't because we didn't prepare, adequately. It was because of the timing. So we were told 4 weeks out this fight was going to probably happen. We didn't really know it was going to definitely happen until 2 weeks out. So at that point, we did the best we could, and we had around 30 rounds of sparring, whereas we've done over 100 this time. We've also had an overseas camp in Gibraltar, and we put Craig through some of the toughest endurance tests possible. And he's in the best shape of his career. And he's going to go into Saturday's fight with the confidence that he's in 12 rounds. He's already beaten Gavin in his mind, and we're going to win. Craig.
Perfect. Very, very glad to hear it. Gavin, obviously your training team there, saying that you've probably done one of the toughest camps in your life. When I speak to boxers and they tell me the things that they've done, I kind of cringe and wince with the amount of pain you guys through. How was it for you going through those intense sessions, mate?
Yeah, it was horrible.
fair, fair enough, mate. Obviously, obviously you've touched on the first fight there. Obviously, a lot of people thought you won the first fight. You thought you won the first fight. Now that the dust has settled and you're going into the rematch, how do you look back on that first fight with Gavin Gwynne?
To be fair, I haven't really watched it back. I think I watched it back once, and my opinion still haven't changed. I thought I won it. I wouldn't say hands down, but I won it by 2 rounds, I'd say. Like, just being honest. Yeah, I do think I won it. Everyone knows I won it. He even knew it. He even knew himself that I won it. That's why he asked me for the rematch. So,
Perfect. Perfect. Was obviously you said that he asked for the rematch there. Was there any doubt in your mind of that the fight wouldn't happen at all?
well, I didn't think no. After the fight, and then obviously I had an interview, and he was like, "Oh, would you have a rematch?" I was like, "Yeah, I want one immediately." And then obviously he was on about trying to push on for to fight Maxi Hughes and stuff like that. But the board obviously ordered it, so
Yeah, so just to step in there, just to clarify that point. So at the end of the fight, and we weren't aware of this until Craig came back in the corner. Gavin said before the judges announced the decision, Craig, I would like a rematch with you. So we weren't aware of that until after. Now, once the fight had been announced and it was a draw, and Gavin had gone back to his corner, and then he started doing interviews, well, the narrative started to change then. And we were told that we wouldn't be getting the rematch. We were told by the training team, we were told by management, and we were told by figures in boxing. But again,
well, I believe Leiden said they can go F themselves to, as an expletive, in terms of the chances we had.
But from our perspective, we're diligent, we're in the detail, we're professional, and we work 24 hours a day non-stop, especially myself and Johan behind the scenes, and we knew that Craig had deserved a rematch. He deserved to fight for the British title again. I know we felt we won, and there were people out there who felt we won. But again, it was a close fight. Gavin put up a great performance. It's the best I think he's ever boxed, even though he's saying it isn't. And again, it's his opinion, and it's our opinion. But we have watched him live on many occasions, including when he won the British title. So it's not based on the on nothing. We're basing that on our own professional opinions. But we weren't sure the fight was going to happen initially, but we did work very hard, and the board has done the right thing. And Craig gets another opportunity. And for us as a team, when we look back over the last 4.5 years, what we've managed to do to take Craig from the boxing wilderness, back from 4.5 years hiatus, and then come in to fight for the Welsh, become Celtic and win a British eliminator, and then fight for the British title and draw when he was 86 in Britain right the way up to number 4, in our opinion, is a huge achievement. But we want to go one better on Saturday and win the title.
Definitely, it is a massive achievement. Obviously, you look at the names you fought on your record, Craig. I think you fought Maxi Hughes quite a while back. Is that right?
No, I haven't fought Maxi.
No, it didn't. So that's my poor research, mate. Apologies for that. But I think but either way, you've been in with some good names, and I know that for a fact. And obviously, Gavin, I've spoke to him before, and I think obviously he's only lost to, well, Cordina world title challenger on world champion, and then James Tennyson world title challenger as well. And obviously a lot of people thought you did win that first fight, so it's a credit to you for going in there. Would you say that kind of without the board ordering the rematch with Gavin Gwynne, do you think that kind of saved any promises of you getting the rematch there? Do you think that helped get the rematch over the line?
I think if the board didn't order, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So obviously, I've got to thank the board for that. So obviously, they think I deserve it. Obviously, everyone thought I deserve it. So yeah, I think if it weren't for the board ordering it, then no, we wouldn't be having a rematch. You try to go somewhere else, you would have.
So the difficulty we had, Gavin said in the press conference today that he's always fought on the B side. Now, we know that's not true because he was a Sanagar fighter and he was promoted by Chris Sanagar. And he did fight on the B side when he fought Cordina, and he did when he fought James Tennyson. But up until that, he was a looked after fighter. Now, Craig's always fought on the road. So you talk about his career there. That was the issue. It was the losses Craig had on his record. But what we thought to say is, well, yeah, he's been in with Martin J. Wood. He's been in with Carl Johansson. He fought a European silver medalist on his debut. He's then gone in with Luke Campbell. He's fought Gary Cully. Gary Cully at the moment, they're saying he's going to be a superstar from Ireland. Craig went 8 tough rounds with him and put him down. Craig went the distance for Luke Campbell. He's beat Carl Johansson, a former British and Commonwealth champion. He's a tough kid, when he comes to fight. But he's been humble, he's been honest, and he's respected Gavin. But again, the team and Craig has been disrespected for him, and I think Gavin looks down on Craig, and he's got his own reasons for that. And again, it's his opinion, and that's up to him. But Craig's earned this rematch. He earned the first fight, and whether they like it or not, we're coming to win on Saturday. And you know what? Let the best man win, because that's the way we see it. We respect their team, we respect Gavin. Let the best man win. But we know that Craig deserves it, and he's in the best shape of his career.
Definitely, and I think where I was getting confused with you fighting Maxi Hughes, obviously Gary Cully. There's been so many rumours around there, so I do apologise for that, mate. Obviously, with obviously kind of Gavin's hand injury, obviously kind of keeping the fight out for a long time. Obviously, you wanted an immediate rematch as well. The board ordered an immediate rematch. Obviously, was it frustrating kind of waiting so long, or did it just, like we've mentioned, your training there, did it just, in your mind, give you more time to prepare for such a big fight?
It was a bit frustrating because obviously it's a long time, and it's been about 6 months, I think it is. And I would have rather try and stay active more than less, but
the training camps helped you to obviously fit everything in, and
the training camp obviously have helped.
And going overseas was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever done something like that, go abroad for the training camp, and it was tough. But it was obviously, hopefully it's all worth for Saturday now.
Definitely, and obviously we'll get on to Saturday night. Obviously, a huge card, the biggest stage, Cordina Rakhimov. Kind of, what does it mean to you to kind of obviously not only fight on a huge Matchroom card, obviously promoted by Eddie Hearn, but also being part of a card that's obviously topped with such a huge fight for Welsh boxing in Joe Cordina?
Yeah, it's wicked. It's it's an honour, innit, to be selected to go on to the show. So thanks to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and obviously everyone associated with them for making it happen.
Perfect. And what are your thoughts on the main event between Joe Cordina and Rakhimov? Obviously, I think it's obviously a question for all of you guys, but how do you see the main event going?
I haven't really got an opinion on that because I don't really know who the guy is fighting. Obviously, I want Joey to win because he's a Welsh boy, but I don't know this other lad. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. What about your training team? Do you guys have you guys seen much of Rakhimov at all?
I watched the Salford Barrett fight, and I thought obviously Salford hurt him and put him down, and was doing well. But you know, the guy's really tough, and you know, I don't think it's as wide as potentially what potentially the odds suggest. But we're proud Welshmen, and we're always going to back our own. And you know, for for Welsh boxing, I certainly hope Joe wins, because it was like when Joe Calzaghe was a world champion, that enabled the likes of Enzo, Gavin Rees, these people to go on big shows, and it'll be great for Welsh boxing. So you know,
Gary Lockyer, Bradley Price.
Yeah, so you can see the plethora of Welsh talent that enabled to flourish, and it'd be the same if Joe was to be successful. So you know, we're firmly hoping Joe prevails, because it'll be great for Welsh boxing.
Definitely. And yeah, and obviously huge night, and obviously big night of boxing. But Craig, final prediction from yourself. How does your fight between yourself and Gavin Gwynne end on Saturday night?
And then you.
Beautiful.
Perfect, mate. Well, Craig Woodruff and Team Woodruff, best of luck Saturday night, and thank you again for your time today.
Thank you.
Pleasure. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.